Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Well, the summer solstice is upon us, and that means the longest day of the year. So it's all downhill from here. If you enjoy these kinds of festivals, you probably know about Stonehenge. That's our prehistoric monument. It's a group of standing stones, and twice a year the sun rises through them. So tonight, people will gather at Stonehenge to have a little party, and they'll stay there until sunrise tomorrow morning. Now, just so you know, if you are planning to go down there, it's a bit like airport security. So don't take anything with you that's sharp, alcoholic. You really can't take anything with you. So be warned, if you are planning to go, you may be refused entry. It's free, which is quite something because you know that Stonehenge is expensive. And it will be a lovely time. English Heritage will be broadcasting the sunrise on their YouTube channel, so you can have a look at that. But it will be heaving, okay? So if you are going down there, it will be very, very busy. When something is heaving, it means that it's really crowded, okay? So you can use this phrase with any crowded place. Oh, the discotheque was heaving last night. This party has been heaving for 3 hours now. I'd like to go to Stonehenge, but I'm sure it's going to be heaving. Heaving means very, very crowded, okay? So, heaving. It's an Old English word which means something which goes back and forth. The ocean heaves. Although I've never heard anyone describing the ocean as heaving, except perhaps in 19th century classical literature. We use this phrase as an idiom for things which are being moved as well. For example, I could say that actress has been heaving her old carcass around the stage for 3 hours now. She must be exhausted. I also could say, if I'm talking about on my way to work, I could say, I've been heaving this bag around with me all day. It's exhausting. And the reason why we say that is because heaving means to and fro. So if you're pulling something up a mountain or moving something, you always have to stop for a rest. And when you do that, of course, you tend to go a little bit backwards before you move forwards. So imagine if you're carrying or pulling something really heavy, you stop and it just goes backwards, just a tiny little bit, doesn't it? So that's heaving, okay? So you hear it in literature, idiomatic constructions. Oh, I've been heaving this bag around with me all day. Oh, she's been heaving that old body of hers around the TV screen for hours. And of course, places which are very busy. Stonehenge will be heaving. My town centre was heaving at the weekend. They had a car festival, and it was nice, but I know nothing about cars. And they had these old types of cars there, and there were all of these fat middle-aged men staring. Oh yeah, I remember this car. It was amazing. And I'm thinking, really? I wouldn't know anything about cars, even if I was hit by one. So yeah, very, very interesting. The most I remember about them is that they can be red, white, black. They might have 4 doors. But when it comes to things like turbo steering or acceleration and throttle, whatever that is, I would have absolutely no idea. Although I would remember the names of, I think, the Miss World entrance for Britain. I think, yeah, I could probably, I could probably remember the names of Miss Great Britain who entered the Miss World contest. You know, the beauty pageant. But yeah, I'm afraid cars are a bit lost on me. Yeah. Anyway, getting back to Stonehenge, it's going to be heaving tonight. So if you are going, make sure that you're okay with crowds. Yeah, and that's all. So remember, if you are enjoying the Solstice celebrations, you can watch them on the English Heritage YouTube channel at sunrise, or if you listen to BBC Radio Wiltshire tonight, UK time, I'm sure they'll be broadcasting live from Stonehenge. They usually do, although I don't know what time they start or finish. The place will be heaving, so I'm sure there'll be plenty of things there, and no doubt people will be broadcasting using their own cameras on YouTube. So you can have a look at that. Although I don't know about the restrictions. I mean, on the English Heritage website, there's all this stuff that you can't do. You can't sleep. You can't take alcohol. Of course, you can't take drugs because they're illegal. You can't take walking sticks. You can't take anything sharp, and the list just goes on and on. You can't take glasses. So, really, I'm surprised you're allowed to laugh in there, honestly. So, yeah, hopefully people still will be allowed to broadcast. I'm guessing they will be. And yeah, it's the only night of the year when you're allowed to get close to the stones. You know, when you go there as a tourist, you're told to stay on the pathway. You just have to stare at them. Oh, tonight you can go close to them, but you can't touch them, as far as I recall. Or maybe you can touch them, but you certainly can't climb on them. But yeah, it'd be a lovely, lovely evening to watch the sunrise come up in the morning. Yeah, for the shortest night of the year, the longest day. So beautiful. So don't forget to set your alarms and have a look at that. And if you are going down there, remember it'll be heaving. So if you're not good with crowds, maybe it's not such a good idea. You know, British people, we love our personal space. So it won't be as crowded as you might think, but these places always attract the weirdest people. Pagans, hippies, witches, all kinds of people go down there. People who've rejected any kind of organized religion. And more people are attracted to this, which is lovely. It's nice to see people feeling liberated. But yeah, if you are going, be careful. That's it from me. So see you all soon. Bye.